Welcome to this explainer. Normally on this show, I'm bringing a ton of fast-paced energy to break down complex data and charts for you. But today we're going to dial things back a bit. We are stepping into something intimately profound, the vast, totally uncharted landscape of the human subconscious. It's a place you visit every single night, yet, we rarely ever truly see it. So I want you to intentionally slow down with me for a moment. Let's really settle in. We're going to gently dive into a fascinating exploration of lucid dreaming. Specifically, we're looking at this concept of awakening within the dream, a profound psychological shift where the seemingly solid barrier between the creator and the creation just completely dissolves.
If you're somewhere safe and comfortable right now, go ahead and close your eyes for just a second. Slow down your breathing. Just feel the stillness in the room around you. I want you to vividly imagine yourself stepping directly out of your waking, noisy life and stepping down into a calm, surreal dream state. The harsh edges of your daily vision start to soften, maybe painted in deep blues, purples, and soft gold. The physical world just fades away and you're entirely, fully immersed in this inner world.
As you're standing in this imagined, dreamy space, you start looking around. Slowly, figures begin to emerge from the haze. You see people. You watch these different individuals interacting in this surreal, misty setting, and they seem completely autonomous, right? They've got faces you might recognize, or maybe faces you've absolutely never seen before. They have voices, distinct personalities, their own agendas. They pass by you, they speak to you, just going about their mysterious business.
And then, let your focus shift to the environment itself, the places. Visualize the landscapes literally building themselves up around you in real time. Maybe it's a bustling city street, teeming with neon signs and impossible architecture. Or perhaps a quiet, dense forest where the leaves glow with this subtle, neural light. You can hear sounds echoing off the buildings, you can feel the texture of the bark. The air has a temperature, and the ground beneath your feet, it feels entirely, undeniably solid.
Now notice the events unfolding around you. Conversations are happening, the wind's blowing through those glowing trees. A complex, completely unscripted story is taking shape right in front of your eyes. In a normal state of dreaming, or actually, scratch that, even in how we experience our waking life, all of these elements feel completely external. They feel like entirely independent happenings that you are simply a passive witness to, totally separate from who you are and what you control.
But here is where our perspective shifts entirely. What if none of it is separate from you? I really want you to think about that for a second. Let the weight of that possibility sink in. What if the fundamental assumption you've operated under every single night of your life is completely backwards? What if you aren't just a visitor wandering through some strange, random land?
What if everything you see, everything you touch, and everything you feel in that incredibly detailed dream space is actually being created by your own mind? Our source material reveals this as one of the absolute most profound truths of lucid dreaming. Every single thing you experience in that realm is being generated internally. It's a closed loop. Your mind is the physics engine, the light source, the ambient sound, the gravity holding you to the floor. It is all being rendered in real time by the astonishing processing power of your own brain. It's all you.
This realization completely redefines your understanding of your own identity within the dream state. You see, you aren't just the observer of the dream. You are the dream itself. You're the setting. You're the cast. In waking life, we're confined to the perspective of our physical bodies. But in the dream, your awareness is simply localized in one avatar, while your subconscious is simultaneously rendering the entire infinite universe you're standing in. You are literally the sky above and the ground below.
Let's break this down a bit further, because it brilliantly illustrates the mechanics of the dreaming mind. Every single face you encounter, it's a reflection of your own psyche. Every place you traverse, a projection of your inner landscape, mapped out into three-dimensional space. Every emotion comes purely from within. Your subconscious mind is essentially acting as a giant, immersive 360-degree mirror to itself, showing you the exact shape of your inner world.
Let's focus on those emotions for a second. The fear, the joy, the excitement. All of these feelings, even the ones that seem to be violently provoked by outside forces in the dream, like some terrifying monster chasing you down a hallway or a thrilling, soaring adventure across the sky, they belong solely to you. Think about how wild that is. Your brain is simultaneously writing the script, playing the monster, and authentically terrifying the avatar. You are the one scaring yourself, you are the one thrilling yourself. And this logically brings us back to the cast of characters in your dreams. They are not strangers. No matter how unfamiliar a face might seem, no matter if you swear you've absolutely never met them in your waking life. The people you meet in your dreams are intimately connected to you. They are composites, built from your memories, your biases, your emotional states. They are born entirely from your own neural pathways.
To quote our source directly, they are expressions of your subconscious mind. Every hero that swoops in to save you, every villain that relentlessly chases you, every quiet, random passerby on that neon city street, they actually represent different facets, different voices, and totally unacknowledged parts of your own inner world. The critic, the protector, the inner child, they literally put on costumes and walk around in your dreams, just waiting for you to interact with them.
So how does knowing this actually change things? Well, typically, a reaction in a stressful dream is running away, right? Avoiding the nightmare, fighting the monsters, being a helpless victim of the dream's chaos. But the shift occurs when we move to observing and understanding. When you finally realize you are the dream, this powerful behavioral and emotional shift happens. You stop running. You stand still. You realize that turning around to face the monster is simply turning around to face a part of yourself. And when you do that, the fear just dissolves.
And look at how this builds your self-awareness. First, you realize the dream is no longer random. It's not just meaningless neurological static firing off in your brainstem. Second, it becomes incredibly meaningful. That chaotic, confusing narrative suddenly transforms into an experience of profound personal insight. Every object, every interaction, and every landscape becomes rich with symbolic meaning that applies directly to your waking life.
Because once you stop running, and once you start deeply observing the world around you, the dream becomes a message, a mirror, a doorway right into your inner world. The things that frighten you are suddenly revealed as vulnerable parts of yourself just asking for attention and integration. The vast, beautiful landscapes are revealed to be the true scope of your own creative potential. It becomes a dialogue with the deepest parts of who you are.
Which brings us to the practical application of all this. Let's talk about what you should really take away from this explainer to prepare you for your very next experience. I want to equip you to bridge this theory into your actual sleep. So the next time you are dreaming and you suddenly catch that little spark of lucidity, that sudden awareness that your physical body is asleep in bed and you're wandering through a dream,
I want you to try and remember these exact deliberate steps. 1. Pause for a moment. Just stand completely still in the dream and anchor yourself. Feel that digital ground beneath your feet. 2. Look around at the incredible, vivid, impossible world your mind has managed to build in real time, just for you. And 3. Gently ask yourself,
If this is my dream, then what is it trying to show me? Because the very second you ask that question within the dream state, you are no longer just dreaming. You're awakening. You shift from a passive passenger to an active explorer of your own consciousness. Think about it. What has your own mind been trying to tell you all this time, just waiting for you to look into the mirror and finally see yourself?